What's going on today, guys? I'm Taylor and welcome to Southern Hike. Today, I'm going to answer a question I get asked a lot, whether somebody commented on a video, whether it's a DM, is what do you use for areas where there's bears, and why do you choose a vault over a bear bag or a bear bag over a vault or a canister, and why? So I was just like, okay, I've been asked enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and list it out and say the pros and cons of each and what I prefer. So stick around to the end. I'll tell you what I use. Now this is what I use. Don't go get attacked by a bear and say, well, Taylor from Southern Hike told me this is the best way and this is how a bear's not gonna get my food and attack me. No. I just use this because it's more convenient to me, and I'll talk about it in just a minute and my reasons. So let's talk about the two main options that are out there. Option number one is a vault or canister. This is the model BV450. They make a 500. I know that one's more popular. I had bought this one just because for the trip we had to use it on, we were only 2 nights, and this worked enough, honestly, for me and my wife. If it was me alone, I probably could go 4 or 5 days in just one of these smaller canisters that takes up less room. This is probably one of the most popular ones. There's some other ones out there. Some places allow you to rent one or borrow one. I think you actually borrow it at no cost. As long as you bring it back, they're not going to charge you. Some places will require a vault, and then some places don't, but this is especially out west. You'll see this more often. I know in the Rocky Mountains, and I believe Yosemite are 2 places I've been where they required one. So this is the bear vault. It can be very heavy. I think this one's right over 2 pounds by itself empty, and it takes up a lot of room in your pack. So I just want straight off the top list both the 2 things I don't like about it. So one thing is it's heavy. Second thing is that it takes room in my pack. I gotta make sure I have a big enough pack, and even my ultralight pack, it can squeeze in there and take up a lot of room. The benefit I think of is that it will, well, for one thing is that if you got stuff that's more like foods that are more tender that can get smushed, you can put them in this as long as you've got nothing rocking around in there. You can use this and it will allow it not to get squished in your bag. And that's honestly, in my opinion, the only pro there is to it. Now, I know that there's a lot of studies out there as far as bears go. With this one, usually you put this one like I think it's like 100 foot away from, most places require like 100 foot or 100 yards away from your campsite. You set it on the ground. That's how we always did it, and they found pretty good results that bears usually can't get into it if they try to attempt to mess with it. It has this like double locking system where you got to pinch it twice. And I have seen even on REI, I think on theirs reviews, I've seen pictures where a bear actually still got into one of these, so that's something to keep in mind also. So this is the bear vault or bear canister option. Second option is the bear bag. Now, you will hear this, see this a lot more. This is a Dyneema version by Hilltop Packs. We actually have a link below. We do get a kickback. It would all go directly back into the channel, but just wanted to say that. This is their version of the bear bag. We have the large, because usually me and Rachel always backpack together, so we need a lot of food because it's for 2 people in 1 bag. We're actually thinking about getting a second one. We've got a big trip later this summer. We're gonna need to carry a lot more food, so we're thinking about getting a second one, just carry our own food. It's probably best to do that anyways. But this is a bear bag. Now, I think that Light AF makes one, and Garage Gone Greer has a lot of smaller cottage companies that you can buy them from. But Hilltop Packs makes a lot of great stuff. Ben and his company, I really support what they're doing, and their prices are very affordable anyways, not to get on that soapbox. But this is the bear bag. Now, to me, it's easier to get all of my stuff in there. It's a lot simpler, and then like the one I have like where I can stick my titanium tote spoon inside of it. I don't know if you can actually see that. There's like a sleeve in there. That way I never lose my spoon. I've talked about that in other videos. But this is a bear bag. You would hang this, you'd use a kit like this with your rope and then a rock bag and just toss it and then tie it to a tree. Places like Smoky Mountain National Park, they have their own like winch harnesses that work really well to pull it up. I used this on a trip we just did like a month or 2 ago. This is the bear bag option. Now the bigger thing about this is that if you squeeze stuff in there, it can definitely compress and smush stuff you've got in there. If you got like protein bars and stuff and you've really squeezed it already, and then you push it into your bag and you've already packed it really tight, it can squish stuff very easy. But it takes up less room in your pack, and this weighs nothing, like a couple ounces. This is super easy in places where you don't require a bear vault. It just makes it easier to have a bear bag. This is the bear bag option. These are both 2 simple ways of carrying your food when you're in bear country, but this is the second option. All right, to answer the question I get asked a lot, which do I prefer? I'm just saying this is my preference. This is not how you should actually decide what's best for you, but I just answer in the video and why I prefer one over the other. And it's honestly gonna be the same one that a lot of people are gonna tell you. A bear canister is terrible. I hate carrying one. If I'm not in a place that requires a bear canister, I don't carry one. I always carry a bear bag. It's just super easy. It's a lot lighter, it takes up less room in my pack, and it's just a lot easier to deal with. And I love just carrying it when I get to campsite, sit it beside me. Or, you know, if you're not now, be careful. You know, it's best to, most of the time, to camp away from where your fire is or where you're sleeping at. So wherever I'm actually gonna eat at, I take it with me. I just carry it out of my pack, and it's easy. I don't have to worry about getting that top off of the vault and stuff like that. So I love using a bear bag. Now, I've been to the Rocky Mountains, I've been to Yosemite, I had to bring my vault. I don't like it. It's just, I don't know, it's just the weight and then how much room it takes up in your pack. I mean, it's just the obvious answer a lot of people tell you. And so if I can use my bag, I just prefer it. I personally have never had an encounter with a bear. That doesn't mean that you won't have one, so keep that in mind. I know that the same way as canisters, bears can get smart and get into your bags too. They know how to find the string where it's attached to a tree and tear it off. I've read a ton of stories where people were able, or bears were able to climb up trees and still get to the bags. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't honestly think there is a perfect solution, but both of these options are gonna really help you out in any situation where a bear smells your food or just wants to get into it. I don't mess with grizzlies. Black bears don't bother me as bad. You know, they just want to stay away from me anyways. Now, grizzlies are a different story, as a lot of people know, so that's just preference anyways. Guys, I hope this helps out the people that keep asking me. I hope that if you found this video, it helped you too. We are Southern Hike. We do backpacking, hiking, any adventure videos, and just tips and tricks and tutorials. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below. We'd be glad to have you a part of this community. We're so happy that our channel has grown so much, and thank you for the continued subscribers we'll get. I really hope you enjoyed this video. We got some trips coming up. Well, we've already done, so don't worry. I've got some trip videos coming. I know I've done some talking head videos back to back, but we do have some further videos coming soon. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it below. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great week, and guys, we will see you next Tuesday.